Hello everybody to another Inventor tutorial. My name is Mr. Glindo, and if you're watching these videos in order, you know we're still manufacturing our car. And you probably just watched a really weird video of me talking about work coordinate systems, home systems, axes. However, it was like a video, like it wasn't a screencast, which hopefully was more interesting, even if it was 6 minutes. I tried to make it short, honest I did, but sometimes you just got to get through lots of information. Hopefully, from that video though, you understand a bit about the three axes and how they translate on a machine such as a CNC. Now I'm going to set my home position for this assembly for manufacturing like I would be manufacturing it at the beginning. So when we manufacture, and I'm going to look here from behind, so down my vehicle towards the front, we manufacture the left hand side first. However, it doesn't sit in the CNC like this. From our perspective, when we look directly at it, we're looking at the bottom of our vehicle, like so, with the front to our left. So it looks kind of like this. Okay. Now, I'm going to actually set this as the home view. Set current view at home. I'm going to go fit to view, so I should click this. Should zoom in nicely. Perfect. Right, I'm now going to just drag it down slightly isometric wise just to help my orientation. I didn't want it angled with the back in the sky though, I wanted it angled with the other one in the sky, so kind of like, yeah, that'll do. Alright, so we are going to start creating our left hand side cam setup. So we need to move into the computer aided manufacturing environment, and that's done with a tab up on the ribbon called cam. We select it, and the first thing we've got to do is go job panel, and then we're going to go setup, because we have to first set up our CAM manufacturing system. Now this takes a little bit of getting used to. There's lots of new buttons and this is a new environment, so I'm going to try and take it slow for you. But effectively the first thing we do is we set the stock, so the wooden block that we're using. You'll notice that this wooden block I've captured and used as a microphone stand just so I can record my voice for you with a bit more accuracy. And then we also got to set the axes orientation, so the work coordinate system, Inventor would call it. Alright, I'm going to go back to home and I'm going to start selecting a few things. So the first thing I'm going to do is select the model. Now to select the model I kind of have to hover over, and I've selected it on the browser there, and I'm going to select my vehicle there. Done. You notice how it automatically changes the size of my stock. That was the yellow cube. That nearly now matches the actual stock that we have in our assembly. So I'm going to now actually select the stock, which is a bit kind of jumping the gun, but it helps kind of visualize things. So we're going to select the stock tab up here in the browser, and rather than saying stock as a fixed box size, I'm going to select from solid, and I'm going to select our solid here as the stock. Now I actually made this stock ever so slightly shorter than a real block because I don't want you to be able to machine too close to the fixture, because it will machine it and that will damage our CNC. If we damage our CNC, we can't manufacture the cars anymore, so obviously that's not what we want to do. So I've selected the stock solid. It's a bit shorter than normal, but that's perfect. And now I'm going to go back to the setup page and select our work coordinate system. Alright, to start with we're going to go to orientation. We're going to go select Z axis or plane and the Y axis, and this is how I like to set this up. Now if you remember from the last video, I've got a block that now has the directions of travel from home, machine home, to program home, and you would know that when we travel left on our machine, the X number goes to the negative. Now the arrow here always means it's going to the positive, so we've got to move this around obviously. The other thing is the Z's in the wrong direction. So first of all, let's select the Z axis. The Z axis is this axis here that you should have visible from the previous video. And then we're going to select the Y axis, and that's the other axis there. That's why I made them visible, exactly why I made them visible. If I can just select them, there we go. Right, I'm now going to select the origin point, and rather than clicking a selected point, I'm going to go model origin, and that should automatically click right there in the middle of our origin. Perfect. I'm now going to flip one of these axes because one of them is incorrect. The Y is actually correct. When we move from the back of our block here to the top, or sorry, the bottom to the top, we're going positive along the Y with a cutter. But the Z is wrong. We don't go positive when we go down into the machine. We go negative. So I'm going to flip the Z-axis. And when we do that, we actually also flip the X-axis, and that's correct. When we move left, it goes negative. But when we move right, it goes positive. And that's what that arrow on the X red indicates, this arrow here. So that's perfect. The only thing I'm now going to select in this setup is the fixtures. Fixture 1, fixture 2, and I'm going to also give this program a name. I'm going to name this left side, because this is the orientation of our block from the left. I'm going to click OK, and that's it. You should now have under CAM a setup 1. All you should be doing to this is deleting the number 1 and renaming it left, because it's for the left hand side. And that's this video complete. Well done if you got this far. You're fast on your way to becoming a proficient machinist, which is a very, very good skill to have, but also a very large industry in the world. A lot of people are machinists. There's a lot of things that get manufactured by machining things. An interesting kind of concept to look up and have a sticky peek into, in my opinion. There's lots of very interesting CAM videos online if you like that sort of thing. Alright, thanks for listening. My name is Mr. Galindo, and I'll see you for the next installment of this tutorial.